Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. There are reports coming in today that multiple Tesla dealerships are being forced to close due to protesting. And also, the Tesla stock is down to record lows. The stock is tanking. If y'all keep this up, Elon Musk is probably going to lose his richest man in the world title. He's probably going to end up leaving Doge, and he's probably going to pack his bags and go back to South Africa. All right, y'all, keep it up. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all know what time it is. I've been waiting all week for this. It's Friday! What up? I got a good show set up for you guys today. All right, I'm normally in a great mood on Friday. I'm in an extra great mood. I'm ready to kick this show off for y'all. All right, I have 3 lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about news of Wendy Williams actually moving to a condo and having full control of her movement. And unfortunately, that is false news. I'll keep you up to date on that. Also, Kim Kardashian is taking full custody of her 4 children from Kanye West, and Big U is turning himself into the feds and is facing possible life in prison. And they're saying that his bail will probably be denied. In quick news, we're going to talk Ashanti, Nelly, Tesla backlash, Shannon Sharpe, Young Miami, Angela Rye, and Donald Trump. As always, we're going to close out the show with comment of the day, social discussion of the day, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm very, very, very excited to start this Friday show. Let's go. Our first lead story. Judge grants Wendy Williams permission to move into her own condo with full control over her movements. All right, before I read you this article, I unfortunately have to tell you that this statement, this story is false. It is not true. I have seen this pop up on a couple of blog sites and even a couple of news stations. And I have confirmed that this is actually not true. I'll give you the real information of what's going on, but just to get ahead of it, this is not true, okay? Reports are a judge has ruled that Wendy can now move into a private condo where she'll have full control over her movements. She can come and go as she pleases, have visitors, and finally enjoy her space. We love to see it. I'll even play you a little video that I feel like some people got this story misconstrued from. So here's a video, and then I'll tell you everything that's happening after. Take a listen.
Wendy, you look great. Congratulations. I hope it went amazing. I hope you got what you wanted. I hope those emergency petitions went your way. Awesome. Thank you so much.
So you hear what she's saying? Oh, I hope those emergency petitions went your way. I don't know who leaked this wrong information, but everything in that story, the only thing that's true is that is what those emergency petitions are asking. Wendy is asking to be moved to a condo. She's asking to be have full control over her movements. And we're hoping that these things can happen, but it is not true. Even though she's still under her conservatorship, she could still be moved around and still stay under the conservatorship. So while they're fighting for the conservatorship, they're trying to get her out of this, what she calls as a luxury prison, and even on the 5th floor. So that is just the facts, okay? Unfortunately, it's not true. Now, let me even do my own due diligence. Yesterday, or I think maybe on Wednesday's show, I told you guys something that actually was also false information as well. At least I'm fixing it. Now, we had heard, and a bunch of blogs have reported that Wendy was moved from the 5th floor memory unit. That also I'm hearing is not true. The reason why Wendy has a lot more movement this week, and I think what's confusing a lot of people, is that her niece Alex is in town. And when her family is in town, the one thing that the Guardian is at least letting her do is move around more freely when Alex is there, when her member of her family is there. Remember, I read to you guys the letter that the Guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, wrote to the public, to the media, saying, I'm not this bad person. blah 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 blah. I'm upholding guardian. I have no blemishes on my record, and Wendy can come and go as she pleases when her family is there. So the fact that they put that in her letter, Wendy and Alex have been like, that's not true. But seeing that you put that out to the media, we're going to go out all the time. So I think that's what's getting a lot of people confused. The fact that they're seeing Wendy. I told you guys that Wendy went out with Charlemagne, Lauren LaRosa, Just Hilarious to dinner on Monday. So people are seeing her out in the streets. They're all up and down the building where she is because now Wendy can go because Alex is here. So as much as I would love for all of these stories to be true, unfortunately, they're not. People are jumping the gun. Wendy has had a busy week. She's in court. She's asking for all these things. Of course, all the pressure that the media is putting on the judges and her guardianship. Hopefully she'll get this, but unfortunately, there has been no changes in Wendy Williams' situation. She's still on the 5th floor memory unit. She just can be a lot more lucid when Alex is in town. I don't understand why Alex just doesn't move here. I mean, maybe she has a job or work or whatever, but I feel like Wendy could take care of her, whatever it is that she's doing. I can't get into her business, but that's one suggestion I put out there to the crew. Like, yo, whatever we have to do, let's just have Alex move down here, and then Wendy can come do whatever she wants, or her son. But I mean, maybe we all know what's going on with her son. Maybe he's not the perfect person. Anyways, we'll keep you guys up to date as we always do, and we'll let you know. But like I said, no change for Wendy right now. Keep hashtagging Free Wendy. Keep sending in whatever you need to send in, letters, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to give up. We're going to get Wendy out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second lead story, Ye with Tate Brothers during Northwest visit, and Kanye West accuses Kim of sex trafficking. All right, I was hoping to not talk about Kanye West this entire episode. Trust me, I try my best. However, I did get word that Kim is completely fed up. She's done, and she is making moves to take away custody from Kanye West. It's not official yet, but they're looking in, and they're having, from what I've heard, a meeting today, and that is what she is looking into. I'll give you guys the background. I've told you some of this already this week, but I'm going to explain to you the timeline and everything what's going on, and these are the things that she is going to use in court. Not too hard what she has to use in court because Kanye West has been tweeting crazy this week. Anyways, let's get into this article. Kanye West's wild claim of Kim Kardashian doing wrong things with their children strikes people close to her as laughable, especially considering he's been hanging with the controversial Tate brothers, TMZ has learned. Kim and Kanye's co-parenting relationship hit a new low Wednesday as he fired off a string of outrageous posts on X. The one most offensive to Kim being the one where he accuses her of sex trafficking due to North's involvement in a FKA Twigs song. However, sources familiar with the situation tell us the issue of trafficking already came up last week during an emergency hearing over North. We're told Kim abruptly pulled the plug while North was visiting her dad because security guards informed her Andrew and Tristan Tate were going to arrive at the location. As we reported, Kim, Ye, and their lawyers met with a mediator last Friday to discuss North rapping on Ye's song, Lonely Roads Still Lead to Sunshine, which also features Diddy, but we're told the Tate brothers incident also came up. Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested in 2022 for allegedly creating a criminal organization in Romania, and Andrew has been charged with the R word in that country. They also both face SA lawsuits in the US and the UK. They have not been convicted of any crimes. Not shockingly, though, we're told Kim does not want North or any of their children associating with Tate or Diddy, who of course is facing SA charges of his own in a federal indictment. Another issue raised in a mediation was Ye's penchant for wearing a shirt that has a very bad sign on it. As we reported, that emergency hearing ended with Ye promising he wouldn't release the song with North on it, but that went out the window on the weekend as he dropped it on X. All of this has Kim considering her legal options, which include possibly going to court and asking a judge to strip Kanye of joint legal custody of their 4 children. One more thing, Ye's convo with Diddy, a portion of it ended up on the Lonely Roads track, isn't settling well with Diddy because we're told he had no idea Ye was recording it. Okay, I don't believe that last part there. I feel like Diddy knew exactly what was going on. I feel he knew that Kanye was recording it, and he's happy that his voice is all over social media. Trust me. Anyways, let's get back to Kanye and those kids. So just to give a little context, and then we'll talk about it more. These are the two tweets that that Kanye West put up talking about Kim. That's where the whole SEX thing came up. And let's first go to that. So Kanye said, the Kardashians are SEX workers and they SEX traffic all their black children they strategically produce. Ouch. He also said, Kim Kardashian is a SEX trafficker. I don't like that Twigs had my daughter in her video dressed all grown. I would have expected more from Twigs. It's F all you N-words. My soul is black. And watch y'all don't believe me and just say I'm crazy. Whew. All right. So to be fair, let's always talk both sides like we always do on this show. Some would argue, what is North doing in Twig's video? Why was she dressed like that, etc.? That's Kanye's point of view. I don't agree with the SEX trafficking claim, but that's what he's saying in the mediation. So that's why Kim was like, what? You're accusing me of these things, and then you're going to go and have Tristan and Andrew Tate around my daughter, who those guys are not convicted, but accused of, and we're in jail for however long and held, and the court case is still not going on, and they are actually SEX traffickers and SAers and R-word. So this what's going on. Now, some people in the comment section and some people will say that, yes, Kim, Chloe, the mom, what's the mom's name? So I don't keep up with the Kardashians that much. Kris Jenner, that's what they do. They have all of these girls go out, date these basketball players, these athletes, people in the entertainment industry. They have kids and they're keep pumping them out, bring them on the show, do them this, whatever, blah, blah, and they've made a multi-billion-dollar enterprise off of it. However, I feel like, just my opinion, being in a Twigs video is very, very different than being on a song with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like a song with Diddy, who has not been found guilty of any crimes yet. He's only been accused, but we all know the videotape and all of that stuff and what he's going through. And to put your daughter on that song, crazy work. And even beyond Diddy, to have your children around Andrew and Tristan Tate, that is a dangerous move. I think Kim should take away the rights, should take away Kanye's rights. And just to be clear, when a parent has been stripped of the rights, it doesn't mean that the parent can no longer see the child. It just means that any decision, anything that goes on, it's no longer going through mediation. It's no longer a fight in court, and you guys can't make it. Like, you just have no decision. It's almost like, letting your kid go over to play at the neighbor's house, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is up to you, not up to the neighbor. So yes, your kid could go to the neighbor, they could go on the street or whatever, but when you say you have to be in here at 8 o'clock, it's only up to the parent. So Kanye West won't have any of that say. He cannot say, well, yeah, North could play in the park. No, he becomes literally just like how me and you are, and you'll have to ask him, hey, Kim, could North come over? Yeah, maybe she can, maybe she can't. So I think that is what should happen. And like I said, it's not in the news yet, but that's what I'm hearing that she's actually working on today. All right. That's what she is going after in court, and we'll see. And I don't feel like anybody will blame her. And it could also be temporary. Right? I don't see Kanye West changing, but at least if she at least asks for a temporary change in custody, 6 months, a year, and make Kanye show proof that he's changing around, or at least wait till North is a little bit older. I don't know, but I really just don't like what Kanye is doing. We'll see what happens next week. I'll keep you guys up to date and let you know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Our third lead story. Entertainment executive Big U turns himself in after being charged with conspiracy to violate the RICO Act. All right, on Wednesday, federal prosecutors arrested Big U, who is being accused of using his stance in the music industry to leverage some illegal activity. According to ABC News, documents obtained by the U.S. Attorney's Office say that Big U was charged with conspiracy to violate the Racketeering, Influence, and Corruption Organization, the RICO Act. He was reportedly listed as a member of the Rolling 60s Neighborhood GANG, the CRIPs, along with 17 other members who were charged in the federal complaint. Documents state that Big U's tie to the city of Los Angeles includes a check-in communication presence in the city, especially for alleged victims. Visitors were reportedly required to ask Big U before arriving to the city to obtain protection, according to the federal indictment. Big U recently hopped on social media to alert viewers that he'll be turning himself in, claimed that he had done nothing wrong and his only intent was to support his community. He also alleged that music manager and commentator Wack 100 was involved in his arrest. All right, I'm going to play a little clip for you, and then I'm going to just take you through a little bit of a timeline of what's going on. I'm sure most of you have heard of this by now. It's all over the news. But for those who haven't, I'm going to bring you all up to date.
Now at 11, an accused LA gang leader takes to social media just moments before turning himself in to the FBI. It's the latest twist in a story we've been following all day long. Federal officers arresting more than a dozen members tied to the gang known as the Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips. Tonight, the feds say they have the man who is their leader.
Big U, the ex-manager of Nipsey Hussle and founding member of Rolling 60s Neighborhood CRIP, Street GING, is now charged in a federal RICO complaint that includes alleged unaliving, human stuff, and some other bad stuff. All right, here is another video that's talking about not just their GANG stuff that they were doing, but they're also part of the RICO Act, where they're saying that they took a lot of federal grants for the community. If you ask Big Crip, or if you listen to any of his videos, he was like, yo, this is my past. I'm here as somebody in the streets that I'm trying to help change my community. I'm trying to do things for Black people, poor people, etc. The government gave him millions of dollars in grants, up to, from what I'm hearing, $5 to $10 million in grants and loans. And he has been now charged of taking that money and not giving it back to the community, but just transferring it into his own personal bank account. Take a listen.
The federal complaint also alleges that the Rolling 60s embezzled millions of dollars in grants that were supposed to help the community in anti-gang trust.
All right, now let's dig a little deeper and go into the weeds and hear what the streets are saying, all right? Some people are claiming that DNA from Big U, who is now wanted by the feds, was found under the fingernails of an unalived football player. And this football player was actually one of his son's friends. No longer here with us, his DNA, Big U's DNA, found under the unalived football player's fingernails. Listen to the video.
Big U didn't show up to the funeral, never contacted the mother for any type of support, anything. Just blocked her and everything, right? But when the football player is the best friend of your son who was living with you, turns up dead, you don't want nothing to do with nothing, right? So the news came out today, this morning. The mother said that Big U has been denying to give his DNA. So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on their son? Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA, came back on her son's fingernails.
Why do you not want to give your DNA up? And then when you do give your DNA up, it's under somebody's fingernails. Just saying. Okay, now let's go to Big U actually talking about the feds raiding his house. This is before he turned himself in. Take a listen.
So this is going to probably be my last video. I'm going to go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about whack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed.
All right, so y'all know who Whack 100 is. I've talked about him multiple times on this show. He's a podcaster, content creator with no jumper. He is Ray J's former manager, and I think he still is the game's manager, and he's also Blueface's manager. That's Whack 100. Now, Big U is alleging that Whack 100 had something to do with his arrest, or maybe he's snitching or whatever. Of course, Whack is going to say that he is not snitch. But before I play this next clip, there has been people that has alleged that, you know, this is not the first time that Whack has done some stuff like this. If you guys remember a couple of months ago, Drake's homie in Toronto, Top 5, I played you a video where Whack was saying, yo, Drake, get away from Top 5. I have things on a thumbnail that could put Top 5 away for life. So you shouldn't hang around him. You don't want to, you know, associate with somebody like Top 5. And people are like, yo, why would you even say that on a podcast? Like, that's dry snitching almost. You know what I mean? Like, you're saying that you do have something on him. So I feel like Whack just likes to create content, but feel maybe like this might have gone a little bit too far. Anyways, Whack reveals he texted Big U's wife trying to warn her that the feds were looking for Big U. So this is now Whack trying to say, like, trust me, I have nothing to do with this. If anything, I was trying to warn you to get away or stay away. Here's Whack 100.
That's the Big U wife. What's the date of that, Remo?
All right, so yeah, after you got that message, after you got the message, you hit up Big U's wife. You said, sis, 911. One sec, let me get solo. And you gave him a heads up.
What I tell him?
You said, one sec, let me get solo. He needs to leave. Bad. In caps, all caps. He needs to leave.
So there you have it. That sums up what happened over the past, 2 days or 3 days. We didn't cover it yesterday because I wanted to just wait to see what he was going to do, and he was saying he was going to turn himself in. So I just wanted to present you guys the whole entire story. So Nipsey Hussle's ex-manager, Big U, who is huge in LA, by the way, huge. As you guys know, I told you a couple of weeks ago, actually, I used to live in LA for a little while with my aunt and her 6 sons. They used to own nightclubs out there. So I don't personally know Big U, but my cousins definitely know him and know the people around him. And Big U is definitely somebody who you do not want to play with. So I don't think Big U will be getting out anytime soon. Of course, he's going to go in. He's checked himself in. He's going to ask for bail. But I really don't see them being able to give him bail with the evidence so far that we all know. There's a couple other things that I've heard too. I don't think he's going to be getting out. The feds seem like they're not playing these days. Diddy hasn't got bail. Lil Durk hasn't got bail. And I don't think Big U is going to get bail. But of course, we'll keep you guys up to date. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my Friday bell. Let's go. It looks like Ashanti is ready for some more babies. Okay, I'm putting this in here for 2 reasons. One, because I love Ashanti and Nelly, of course, and I want them to have more babies and live a long, prosperous life. So I'm going to play the video, but pay attention and tell me if you don't think that she sounds like somebody that you and I both know. Take a listen.
I hear he wants another one. What are you saying to that?
Let's go.
Hold on. That was the other way. That was the other way.
Come on now.
Let's go.
I mean, she says it a little different from I do, but let's go. That's mine, Ashanti. Now, you might be watching the pod and maybe like got in the back of your head, but yo, give me a little credit, or like, I don't know, maybe name the baby after me. Little Out Loud. I think that's a cute name. Little Out Loud. Our second quick story. We closed down Tesla's showroom in Manhattan. Well, we went down to the rich man's house and we took back what he stole from us, took back our dignity, took back our humanity. All right, there are reports everywhere of Tesla protests, shutting down Tesla. Like, I think this is maybe the 3rd time I've been talking about something that happened at a Tesla dealership. I even played you guys yesterday where there's a Tesla dealership in Montreal, the place where I was born, that, you know, these French guys are spraying pink stuff over Tesla dealerships, and it's a climate control. I actually saw another video today. It happened in Toronto, and somewhere else. I still can't figure out why the climate people are going and attacking Tesla. There's got to be a reason, but I don't understand because they're an EV company. So what did it have to do with climate? I don't get that part. Please, if somebody knows, let me know. Anyways, I'm going to play this video for you from Manhattan that they closed down this Tesla dealership. Crazy. Take a listen.
Under my feet, under my feet, under my feet, ain't gonna let the system walk all over me.
Now, this is something that we could all support and get behind, the people who are, against Elon Musk. There has been reports of, vandalism and keying Teslas and sending them on fire and stuff like that. And I don't necessarily think that's cool. My cousin has a Tesla. Who else do I know? I think like 2-3 people I know have a Tesla, and I've actually sent this to them. I'm like, are you guys worried? And they're like, yeah, they're actually worried. And I just don't think it's fair just because they bought a Tesla, for example, 2 years ago before all of this. And now their Tesla, they're like afraid to park the Tesla outside and stuff. I even told you another friend of mine that, he said he gets pulled over on the street, not pulled over, but kind of like cut off, and people are giving him the finger or like, yelling at him or outside and stuff. So this is something I think more what people should do. And again, I'm not saying that you should protest or you should do anything. That's totally up to you guys. I'm saying if you do, this is something that I can understand. If you have grievance or if you have a problem, this is what you can do: is shut down, Tesla dealerships, go and protest peacefully and get your message across like that. I think the fires and the vandalism, I just think that just makes, it takes the message out of the message, and it allows Donald Trump and Elon Musk and the people on the right to say, this is not people out in the street. This is a targeted attack by the liberal, the radical left. You see what they do? You see what they do? And it just dilutes the message to the right. So stay with the peaceful protest, shut down. You want to hurt Elon Musk and Donald Trump, hurt them with their money. Setting one Tesla on fire doesn't do anything. They don't care. Shutting down the Manhattan dealership, that's going to hurt them. Their stock prices, that's going to hurt them and make them change course. Again, I'm independent. I'm on an anyone side. I'm just giving you some advice. I'd give advice to any side. All right. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our third quick story. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, says there's chemistry between Shannon Sharpe and Young Miami, encourages Shannon not to miss his blessing. Chad Johnson thinks there's a spark between Shannon Sharpe and Young Miami. After Young Miami appeared on Club Shay Shay, Chad shared his thoughts on the Nightcap podcast. What's wrong with me today? On the Nightcap podcast, saying he felt like Shannon Sharpe was flirting. He said, I could see the heat coming from off of the couch. I see the connection and the chemistry. It's there. Shannon, however, wasn't convinced. He shut Chad down, saying he wouldn't be able to shoot his shot at Miami with good conscience. I guess maybe because of the age issue. Do you think Shannon and Young Miami make a good couple? I'll play a little clip for you, and then I'll tell you what I think after. Take a listen.
Ocho, I don't know if you saw this, but I had Young Miami on the podcast.
Hey, boy, I saw you shooting, boy. Hey, listen, let me tell you something, boy. You were shooting 70% from the field that night, boy.
Ain't no 70%. Ain't no 70%.
Hey, don't do that. I see you blushing, baby.
Nah. I was shooting.
I'll be very honest. You guys know I always have positive things to say about Shannon Sharpe or any other podcast or content creator because I know it's hard. But I was not very impressed with their interview. I told you guys about it yesterday where they were playing Carisha's game there, and it looked kind of fun. But I also played a clip where like he was asking her like if she flies men out, and I'm like, why would Carisha fly a guy out? Why would Young Miami fly a guy out? Anyways, it was good enough. Those previews that I saw were good enough to get me to watch it, but I really didn't like the interview at all. I didn't even finish it. This is the first Shannon Sharpe interview that I didn't watch the whole thing. I stopped it after about 50 minutes. I felt like they didn't have chemistry. I think Chad Ochocinco like wants them to have chemistry. You know when you want your boy to go and talk with a girl or you're trying to hook them up? Because that's what Chad does all the time. He always tries to hook up Shannon. So I think it's more like, yo, come on, Unc, yo, you guys will make a good couple. And he wants Shannon. I don't feel they had chemistry at all. I don't feel like they had good conversation. I felt like for the first 50 minutes, all he was asking her were guy questions, dating questions. What's a red flag? What's this? Whatever. And it's just, the thing about Shannon Sharpe is that they're long form interviews and he gets to like ask questions about them and you know about them. Like Glorilla, I found out things about Glorilla that I had no idea about. How poor she was growing up. She slept on like a blow-up mattress when she was a teenager. Her brothers, her sisters. He went into like her story, and it's almost like a Drink Champs interview where you get in depth, right? Where it's not something, let's say, like on a quick talk show like a Sherry Shepherd where it's 15 minutes, or even on a Breakfast Club that's half an hour. It's supposed to be long, but they played the game and it was just Young Miami. Oh no, you wouldn't fly a guy out. Oh, come on now. It's like, bro, can we get over it? Anyways, no chemistry, no flow. Again, you've never heard me say bad anything about Shannon Sharpe at all. Still love him. I will still continue to watch. I'm still support him, but I didn't think it was a good interview at all. And yeah, I'm maybe the next hour, but I couldn't even get through it. Honestly, I had to turn it off. It was the same question. Guys, dating, men, guys. I think Young Miami has a little bit more to her than just talking about guys and relationship. There was a couple of times where she was talking about being a mom, and she was like, actually, like, I'm not this flashy person that you see on, you know, videos and you see me out on Instagram or whatever. She's like, I actually like being at home and being a mom. She's like, I actually want to have more kids. You know, she's like, I have 2 kids already. I would like to have maybe 4 or maybe 5 kids. That was the opportunity to go in more about her and pull the peel back, right? And get to know, really, like, you're normally on Instagram, like, wilding out with, like, you know, Hermes and, not Hermes, but Birkin bags and red bottoms or whatever. And she gave, like, glimpses of just being a real person. And y'all know me, that's what I want to get to know. But anyways, like I said, maybe I'll give it another try on the weekend if I have nothing to do. Actually, I have a lot of things to do this weekend, so I'm very excited. Anyways, I'm rambling. Y'all know how I do on Fridays. Yeah, let me know if you guys watch it. Let me know what you guys think about it. But I'm a big Young Miami fan and a big Shannon Sharpe fan, and I just really wasn't impressed. Let me know if I should continue watching it in the comment section below. Our 4th quick story. Angela Rye checks Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary for touching her on CNN. She says, that's my personal space. Angela Rye wasn't here for Kevin O'Leary getting too close during their debate on CNN. During a heated discussion on CNN's Newsnight about Elon Musk's political donations, Kevin touched Rye, prompting her to immediately say, you don't have to touch me. O'Reilly responded and said, I did that nicely. Rye wasn't having it. She said, I don't want you to touch me. That's my personal space. O'Reilly quickly backed off and said, I won't ever do it again. What do y'all think about this exchange? All right. I will tell you guys, I was actually watching this live as I do almost every night. I told you guys that I love that show, Newsnight with Abby Phillips. First of all, I really love Abby Phillips. Second of all, what I like more than even Abby is I love the structure of that show, because I'm the type of guy that I like to get both sides. So I'll watch a Fox show, then I'll watch a CNN show, then I'll watch Fox and I'll watch CNN. But I hate jumping around because you never know what you're going to miss. On Newsnight with Abby, you get both. There's 2 Republicans or 3 Republicans or 2 and 3 Democrats. It's always balanced and you hear both sides. To me, it's the best political show on TV. My personal opinion. Scott Jennings, a lot of people don't like him. I like him very much. I don't necessarily like most of his views, but I love him. I love his delivery, his no nonsense attitude. Like, I love him. I wish he was an independent. Anyways, I was watching that show and the camera didn't actually see when he touched her. Well, didn't see, but the camera didn't capture it, but you just heard her. And I think social media is making a little bit more of this than they're making it out to be. Does that make sense? I think social media is making more of this than it really was. How about that? And you know, sometimes when you're in a heated discussion with somebody, you're like, yo, you know what I mean? And you just like, listen, I just want to tell you something. Wait, hold on. And you just, you know what I mean? Touch somebody's arm. So I'm not saying that she was in the wrong, because at any time you shouldn't touch somebody, 1000%, but it wasn't inappropriate, like at all. It was literally, I'm assuming, like I said, the camera didn't see it, but it was more like a hand thing. But I think more because they were in such disagreement. I think if it was a Democrat or somebody that was on her side, I think if because they sit super close to each other on that show. It's crazy how close they are, especially when two people have to argue. So I think it was just an instinct. Not signing up for him. It's totally wrong. And he said, hey, sorry, I won't do it again. He tried to say like, hey, I meant it nicely. But like I said, if you didn't watch the whole thing and you don't know the context and know how close they are, it seems like it's worse, but it's really not that bad. I'm not even a big Kevin fan. Trust me, I'm not defending him. But yeah, I think online is making it more than it's out to be. I literally saw it on like 10 different posts. Like, she checked them. She didn't do this. Wasn't that bad. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below.
And the hope is that they're going to know that you want certain priorities.
He literally tweeted to the members of Congress.
The oldest profession on earth
you don't have to touch
is
me.
not.
He literally tweeted to these members, thank you for doing this. I don't want you to touch me. That's my personal space.
I won't ever do it again.
Thank you. But he literally says.
Our fifth quick story. President Trump to sign order to dismantle the Department of Education. All right, y'all. If you guys have noticed, I haven't talked about Donald Trump for about a week or 2 weeks. I felt like every podcast we were talking about Trump, so I've been trying to give you guys like Diddy and Donald Trump break because I don't want you guys to go through too much fatigue. However, Trump is making a big move. I think it's going to happen today. I wanted to get your guys' feedback about it. All right. President Donald Trump continues to make changes in the White House and is expected to sign a long-awaited directive effectively ending the Department of Education. Reports state following weeks of assessing the agency's staff and spending, Trump's pending order will direct Education Secretary Linda McMahon to take all necessary steps permitted by law to dissolve the Department of Education. The upcoming order will instruct McMahon to ensure the department continues to deliver its services, program, and benefits. The order will also direct the program and activities receiving any remaining education department funds will not advance diversity, equity, and inclusion or gender ideology funds, according to the White House. All right. So some people will still get their funds, but any initiative that has to do with DEI basically won't get anything. The closure would dismantle the DOE and send education policies back to the states. ABC News reports that Trump and the department's skeptics believe the agency has too much spending power, with more than $20 billion in 2005's fiscal year without adequate academic results. All right, I wanted to take one comment here and highlight it before handing it over to you guys. And somebody said, I hope they block this. This is bigger than just loans. This is funding for children with special needs in schools. This is inclusion in classrooms. This is food for low-income students who may only eat at school. This is education for the future of our children and grants. I want to just leave this to you guys. It's Friday. And like I said, this is going against my perimeters. I've been trying not to mention DEI, Trump, or Diddy. But with this happening, I really want you guys to sound off below, sending it back to the states, making the changes. Donald Trump campaigned on this. I will give him credit for following through on all his campaign promises, even though he is trending downwards on the economy, trending downwards on a lot of things. The only thing that he's still trending upwards on is immigration. But with everything that's going on with immigration, with that judge and the flight that he let out, that is actually maybe start trending down. So every issue that he has said, or we thought that he'd be amazing at, people are not happy with the way he's handling it. So what do you guys think about the dismantling of the Department of Education? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings me to my favorite segments, comments of the day. All right, I love y'all, man. All right, I am going to try to get through this as quick as I can. I think I have maybe the most comments I ever had, but I did ask you guys an important question, so I want to get to it, and there was a lot of feedback that I got. So I'll try to get through most of them quickly, okay? So this one comes from Anthony. Hey, Trent, I know you value your male audience feedback, and I wanted to ensure that we are here for you. I generally enjoy your show and its unique long format style. While I'm not a fan of long format shows in general, your delivery is incredibly entertaining and keeps me engaged throughout. There are many long formatted shows that I skip over because they lack standout moments. I wish they had more, as I'd be more inclined to support them. However, your show would be successful regardless of its format. I believe it's a great idea to break into smaller segments for those who prefer micro consumption. Best regards, Anthony, your intrigued listener from Atlanta. P.S. Also, thanks for being an advocate for people with dyslexia. I'm on that train too. Anthony, what up? Shout out to A. And yes, I do value my male audience, my male feedback, because it's such a small minority, only 25%. So, of course, love to see you guys in the comment section, and thank you for the compliments. And yeah, I do know there's not a lot of successful long format shows on YouTube, and a lot of people like that micro consumption, like you said, which is the reason why I was thinking about doing it. So thank you for that, and thank you for just making me feel confident to stick with the long format. Love that. Thank you. All right. Dawn says, sending Linda love and prayers from Dallas, Texas. God bless. And Kentucky born and raised says, it's a no for me. Leave the podcast as is. No weekends. I'm not in the mood for a bunch of notification with new clips. Louisville, Kentucky. All right, Dawn, thank you very much for sending love to Linda. By the way, I saw so much love in the comment section for Linda. Linda, I hope you're seeing all of this. Thank you guys for that support. And also, all right, so I did see a few no's with the short clip. So I thank you guys for that. And that's exactly what I don't want, is I don't want you guys to keep on getting notifications for short form stuff, and you get tired of the notifications. I like that when the notification comes up, it's like, oh, all right, my show is available. I can watch it now. So that is one of the things I fear. So I do feel what you're saying, Kentucky. All right. I will tell you guys what we've decided to do, but let's just go through all the feedback. Neo says, hi, Trent. I think if you're comfortable with the new format you presented, I'm also comfortable with it. I'll probably still watch the full episode since I watch it while I'm at work. With that said, weekend shorts will definitely work for me. I really love your show. From Centurion, South Africa. Yo, shout out to my South African people. Respect. I like that. Yeah, like I said, I think it will be cool to have a little bit of, interaction on the weekend. I appreciate that. Donna also said, maybe not 8 or 6 times on a Saturday, a little less. Yeah, you know me when I talk. Sometimes I'm off with my numbers. 6 or 8 would be too much. It maybe be like a 3 or 4. Like I said, maybe like 2 leading stories that are like really just hit the net, and maybe just like one group of like quick news that's like 3 or 4 stories, and they're just maybe in like 3 segments on a Saturday, or even one on a Friday and one on a Saturday, and then those stories will be in the Monday show. Anyways, who is next? BX Chef. Yo, my homie BX Chef. I know her real name because she DMs me, but we'll just keep calling her the BX Chef. Trent Out Loud. I'm down to see what the new idea will look like, so I think you should give it a try, and worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, then you can always go back to the original format. BX Native in SC. Hi, Linda. I hope your mornings get brighter and brighter each day. Stay strong, Linda. Thank you very much, BX Chef. All right, next is Mirav. I think I'm pronouncing that name right. I think I've read a comment from Mirav before. Anyways, I hope I'm not getting it wrong. Trent, we start our day together. So for me, the longer the show, the better. We're like coworkers. I need you by my side to help me get through the day. We have so much going on here, so you are my escape from all this. Writing from Tel Aviv, Israel. That's still crazy to me that somebody in Israel, Tel Aviv, Israel, is watching my show. Thank you so much for that. And yes, like I said, I will definitely, regardless of what I do, whatever format, whatever changes we make with the show, I will definitely always keep the long format show. That's why I wanted to tell you guys about it, my core listeners. 1000%, that will always stay. I know that's what you guys tune in. Mirev also said, I love it when you forget names and words. I feel like I'm not alone. Thank you. I used to sometimes like start a story over or whatever, but it's like I feel like it's just so much more natural if I can't remember Amber Rose's name. You know what I mean? So figure like it just leave that in. Like people have said now, we're all family, right? So we ain't got nothing to hide anymore. I'm happy that you don't feel alone, and now I'm happy to know that I'm not alone. All right, Grown and Classy says, Trent, I wasn't going to comment today, but after hearing you read Linda's comments, I want to say, Trent, you are one of the best. I appreciate listening to your podcast every day. Also, I can absolutely relate to Linda's back problems. DE in the house. Peace. Oh, and I love the way you always say sorry. You're just funny in a warm-hearted way. I hope hearted is a word. Laugh out loud. I'm the wrong person to ask if something is a word. I'm just going to trust that you wrote it, and at least I could pronounce it that it's hearted. I'm pretty sure it is a word, right? Let us know, guys. Anyways, thank you for that. And yeah. It's funny, how many people have back problems? I saw a couple of people in the comment section, like somebody's like, yeah, I had back problems since I was 16. Yes, my mom is that way, or my aunt or whatever. So like I always say, man, we might have difference of opinion, but we're all from the same walk of life, man. All human beings, we all go through the same stuff. So Grown and Classy, thank you. I'm looking here. You didn't say where you're from. Oh, did you? Yeah, DE in the house. Where's DE? Is that Delaware? DE in the house. I'll have to Google that. Anyways, Grown and Classy, thank you so much for your comments and your compliment. Thank you. All right. Cheryl. Anesthesia. Oh, yeah, this is funny. Anesthesia. My daughter sent me that same video yesterday. So funny. I have been doing anesthesia for 17 years, and practically every patient does that in one way or another. Sometimes I get upset because they would be telling a great story and I would miss the end. The sleep battle is interesting, but I always win. Almost. I've had one patient in 17 years that I could not get to sleep with propofol. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. It was unreal. Also, I was to you in my kitchen when my daughter was there, and she said, why do you like this guy so much? Because he's logical? Ha ha ha. Yep, she knows me so well. Big shout out to Linda. I can take care of that pain for you. Love you, Trent from the Lou. Yo, St. Louis, what up? Isn't there a St. Louis song? Country Grammar. It's hot in here. There's some sort of St. Louis song. Anyways, thank you, Cheryl, for that. And I'll come see you if I have any, I don't know, pain to take care of or whatever. All right. Next one is Gypsy Jeb, I think. Love Amara, I do. But any woman who asks a man if there's a chance for anything before, during, or after giving him a child already knows the answer. I know it's hard. I get it. But I was just saying that I respect that she's giving her kids an opportunity, but I totally get you. Also, Tez says, give the new concept a trial run and see how it feels, if it's practical, efficient, etc. Thank you, Tez. Tiffany says, I heard something on the weekend that was all I needed to hear. I'm at work and I'm glad no one was here because I yelled, yes, hell yes. That way I don't have to twiddle my thumbs at work on the weekends, patiently waiting for Sunday nights. Let's go. Tiffany, I love that, man. Thank you for that. All right, I guess that's Tiffany's vote. Sally says, how sweet and moving. Praying for you, Linda. Trent truly is a special person. I personally am not even a huge fan of celebrity news. I was even listening one morning thinking, what the heck am I listening to? But then I kept listening, laugh out loud. I even had the thought about why I was even listening. And it's because I just enjoy listening to Trent. He's so refreshing. Lots of love to you. Aw, Sally. Big hug. Thank you very much for that, Sally. Those are one of the, those are some of the compliments that I love the most. Cause even sometimes I'm like, I wonder if everybody knows, the person that I'm talking about. That's why even when I'm talking about, Big U, I'll be like, you might not know Big U, but you know Ray J, you know Games or whatever. And I try to make it feel as inclusive. But it makes me feel good that even if you don't know, you're still tuning into the show because you're being entertained at least at some point or another. So I definitely tried to do that on purpose because not everyone's going to know everything in the entertainment industry or even be interested. And I know sometimes it could get tiresome hearing about all these celebrity issues, you know? But that's why I try to put in like this section, or try to put in social discussion or sports news or question of the day, just to kind of like break up the monotony. Or I'll put in like that Eggo ice cream sandwiches or different things, you know? But I do hear you, because even sometimes I'm like, ugh, I'm tired of this. But, you know, then I'll start singing or crack a joke and just bring us back to reality. Linda says, hey, Trent, Linda from Chicago, Chi-Town, what up? Well wishes, Linda, with your back pain. I've had back problems since I was 16, and it's nothing nice. Trent, please do the short clips and organize them on your channel under short clips. I love your show, and I repeat the intro along with you. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. That's so cool that you repeat it with me. That's amazing. Do you do the whole hand movements? Do you know one time I actually tried to do it without the hand movements, and it's just, I can't get it out. You know, like turn your TVs, your radio, or like I gotta be the, you know, when I first started popping and the show started going a little viral, so many people would be like, oh my gosh, I can't listen to this guy, or I can't watch this guy. Stop talking with your hands. And then I guess those people just went away, but I cannot not talk with my hands. It's just what I do. Anyways, thank you, Linda. And I'm about to reveal shortly what I'm going to do. But, oh yeah, here, we're at the end. Oh, actually, no, I have two more really good ones. Alexander sent me this DM on Instagram. I wanted to read it to you guys. Today's episode is truly an emotional roller coaster. You are indeed a Wendy second coming. Just like in the early 2000s, we went to the Wendy show for Hot Topics and stayed for Wendy Personal. Same with you, Trent. I wake up and start my day with your episodes, going through withdrawal on the weekend. New segments like Comment of the Day really help us get to know you better. Came for the Diddy news, stayed for what your show is now. I'm probably the only viewer from Russia, but will forever claim Pittsburgh, PA, since I've lived there for 16 years. Okay, so a couple of things to highlight. Male, thank you, Alexander. Love that. Russia, we have Israel, we have Russia. Yo, that is crazy, man. Thank you so much for that. And obviously, hold on. Before any of that, before the male in Russia, comparing me, the second coming to Wendy, that's the biggest compliment ever. Y'all know I'm a huge, huge fan of Wendy. I am so jealous that you got to go. When I was living in Jersey, my cousin, who's the biggest Wendy Williams fan of all times, every time I'd come home from modeling, you know, she would tape the show and we sit down and watch it. And we always meant to go to a show, but I always had modeling gigs or she would have work and we never got to coordinate. And then the show got canceled. But anyways, thank you very much for that. That's like the biggest compliment. Lastly, Beth Walker said, hey, Trent, I'm from Maine. I usually watch your show before bed instead of in the morning. No matter what you decide, I'll be here watching. And Nicole said, Trent, whatever way you decide to do the show, I will watch it all. The show is so soothing to me. I appreciate you and look forward to watching every night while I get ready for work. Thank you for this podcast. Continued success. Beth and Nicole, man. Y'all are amazing. Everybody in the comment section is amazing. As I say mostly every day, I really wish I could sit down and just read every single comment to you guys, but I mean, it would take up like a whole hour. But thank you very much. The feedback has been amazing. And I'm going to do it. All right. I've been nervous about it, but you guys made me feel so much better about it. We decided to stick in question of the day, what we're going to do. So we're going to use question of the day to give you guys a little bit more information of what to look out for and what changes are coming. So wanted to tell you guys here, we're going to go to social discussion and then I'll give you guys a little bit more information in question of the day because that's what I asked you yesterday. So I thought it would be better to tell you there. I wasn't actually supposed to tell you here in the comment section, but I did it anyways because you guys made me feel so comfortable. Love y'all. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Shorty popped her balloon because dude looked like he reads a lot of books. All right, so this comes from Arlette's channel, fellow YouTuber. Shout out to Arlette. Popped a balloon. Love this show. I always try to catch it on the weekend. It's funny to me. I love it. But here is a little video, and I thought it would be great for social discussion. By the way, social discussion has been on fire this week. I just have to say, give me a little pat on the back. Shout out to the producers. Y'all are doing great, man. What was that? I think a hair went in my hair or something. Anyway, let me just play the video for you, man. But listen to the video.
Nice. And why did you end up popping your balloon? It's giving a little studious. Maybe you read books on vacation as opposed to maybe, it's just giving studious to me.
Like his outfit?
Mm-hmm. Just the whole vibe. I like the glasses. I actually really do, but it's definitely giving very book reader when I want to maybe turn up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, now let's dissect this a little bit, okay? Let's be fair. So the name of the show is Pop the Balloon or Find Love. So you're not supposed to be going there looking for one night stands. And you guys know I always say, I always tell my boys that there should be two different type of women you look for. If you're single and you're just looking for fun or looking for, casualness, there's one type of girl you should be looking for, somebody who aligns with that. But if you're looking to get into a serious relationship, find somebody to live with or get married, then is when you have to look past the physical attraction and looks. I'm not saying that you shouldn't put it there, but that should be your priority. You should now have to look at values, the other person's family, etc., etc. Okay, you guys have heard me say that a bunch of times. Now, the fact that this is Pop the Balloon or Find Love, we have to put her in the category of she's looking for a serious relationship. So with what I just said, you're probably going to think that I disagree with her like a lot of people in the comment section. But I don't. You might be surprised by that, but let me tell you why. So even though I think it's very important to find somebody that has your values, that you align with, somebody who you want to have kids with. Like I always say, the girl who I marry, I'm going to think of her and I want her to be how I want my daughters to be because they're their mother. And likewise, like me, you got to like the man that I am so much so that you want your kids to be that way because they'll be a mix of both of us, right? Having said that, I don't think she made a mistake in the sense of you look like you read books on vacation. You look like you want to read a book while I might want to go and turn up. I don't think that that's wrong because as much as life is not easy and you have to be serious, you also have to find somebody to have fun with, to get through the bad times. And if you are on vacation, it is time to turn up because we worked so hard the whole year paying all these bills and doing all this struggling and working hard and doing all of this and whatever, blah, blah. It is time to have fun. So if you're meeting somebody in a serious context, like, hey, I'm here to find love, and you don't feel that person, that's the type of person that you would have fun with, then I agree with her popping the balloon. I don't think people should be dragging her. It looks as though that she's just some girl that just wants to turn up in the club all the time. But if you listen, that's not really what she said. She said, when we're on vacation, you look like you're a guy who's reading, that will go and read your book. What I got is, I just don't feel a vibe or a connection. Having said all of that, do you agree with that? Do you think that the values and the seriousness that you look like in a serious relationship, do you agree that that person's got to have some sort of fun element too? Or are you just straight, yo, I'm looking serious. I have no time to play around. I'll play around and have fun with my friends. What do you need? Do you need that? Do you think relationships need that balance? Is that important? I think that's important. That's actually part of my value system. You need to be able to be my best friend. We need to be able to joke around. We need to be able to have that balance. As you guys say all the time, where I'm goofy and I'm serious. My wife has got to be able to switch around. Like we got to be able to go out on the weekends and have fun and then come back and be serious when we need to. I think that's important. So that is today's social discussion. Does your partner need to have the element of fun or some sort of excitement, even if they check off all the boxes, the physical attraction, the smarts, whatever, blah, blah? Is that important? To me, it's very, very important. It's one of my top 5 values. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to question of the day, and I already spoiled my question of the day because my question of the day was supposed to be a reveal of we are changing formats. Anyways, I spoiled it in social discussion of the day. No, I spoiled it in comments of the day. Anyways, so because this is where we ask you guys a question, we wanted to give you the answer. So it is question of the day, but we're not asking the question. We're telling you guys what's going on. Okay, so starting over this weekend now, you're going to start seeing changes on the channel, and I want to let you know of the changes that's going to be. And for the people who are not interested, the people in the comment section who are like, I don't care for short form or whatever, just want to let you guys know how you can navigate and what to look for so that you only continue watching your long format Trent Out Loud podcast that you've known and like and want to follow. Okay, so going forward, the thumbnails and the cover pictures on the shorter lead stories or quick stories or whatever the segment will be. For example, like whatever, Diddy's arrested, okay? It will just be 15 minutes. It will be whatever the lead story is. The thumbnail will be different. This is what the thumbnail will look like. And it's just hilarious now, but this is an example. Just hilarious, quitting her job, done. When you see a cover like that with one celebrity and a quote like that, that cover means that show or that whatever is just about that. There's no quick stories. There's no question of the day. There's no nothing. There's no intro. It's just that story. Here is another example. Jay-Z's going to jail. You'll see Jay-Z's picture and there will be writing, Jay-Z going to jail. If you click that video, only going to be about Jay-Z going to jail. That's it. All right. And no, Jay-Z's not going to jail. I'm just giving you an example. So now the thumbnail hold on, let me find it. So now the thumbnail for the official podcast, what you're watching right now, will remain the same. As you guys know, you're used to, we put 3 celebrities, pretty much what our lead stories are. We'll take those celebrities and we'll put those pictures there. We made a little bit of change just because we're making some artwork changes now. Normally, the Trent Out Loud is right over the middle. We put it up to the top and bolded it, and you'll see the episode number. It will always be right there in the corner, episode 465 in the Trent Out Loud podcast. So if you're looking for the long, full show, the actual show, we'll always put it at the beginning of the title. So if you're at the page and you see those other thumbnails that look like this, okay, you won't see any episodes. That means that's just this story, whether it be about Kanye West, whether about Kim Kardashian or whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you just want to watch the full show, hour and a half long show, look out for the episode number and look out for the thumbnail that you're used to. And like I said, it won't be like 8 posts in between. It may be like 3 or 4. So you'll see 3 or 4 short forms. Those short forms will be in the upcoming podcast. So over this weekend, we'll post 2 or 3 shows. It will be the same background. It will be the same mic. It will be me. It will be telling you the same lead stories. We'll put those out over the weekend. If something happens over the weekend, I'm not sitting here making up things. If something happens over the weekend, for example, if Kim Kardashian gets, this is a very good example. If Kim Kardashian gets full custody of the kids, let's say Saturday that story breaks, boom, I'm going to come do that story. Breaking news or lead story number 1, Kim Kardashian now has full custody of Kanye West. This is everything that's going on. We'll talk more about it. Boom. That's going to post up there, let's say Saturday at 1 o'clock. The Monday's full episode, that story will be in there. Whoever wants to watch it before, you watch it before, or if you want to wait, just wait to get all your stories in the full episode. Most importantly, look out for the thumbnail and look out for the episode numbers. Okay, that is it. Thank you so much for sitting through that. Sorry, I just want to really explain it to you guys. Like I always say, this is our show together. So I know how I want it in my head and how I think we're going to deliver it. So I want to do my best to just let you guys know to navigate because there is no show without you guys, right? So, and like BX Chef said, and a bunch of you guys said, let's try it out for a couple of weeks. You know, I read every single comment, so we'll see the format. We'll see how it's going. And then if it's not going good, if you guys don't like it, if I don't feel comfortable doing it either, we'll just go back to our original format. Hey, never hurts to try anything, okay? So that is it. I know you guys always like question of the day, but we have to find somewhere to stick it in. Question of the day will be back on Monday's episode. Love y'all. All right, that brings us to sports news. All right, this year's favorite versus long shots to win in the Final Four. All right, March Madness is here. And I wanted to ask you guys first who you're going for, who's your pick, and also show you the percentages. Duke is picked 25.1%. That is the chance. Well, not the chance, but they have the most picks, 25% of, I think it's America, or is it the world? Anyways, 25% of people are picking that Duke is going to win. And 21.4% has picked Florida. So more than half of, I don't know if it's the US or whatever, but more than half think that it's going to be Duke or Florida. Now, I don't have to tell y'all who I'm going for. Of course I'm going for Florida. Where was I conceived? I'm a Floridian. Hello. And they're closest to Jamaica. So go Florida. Let me know in the comment section below. Who are you going for in March Madness? Who do you think is going to match up? Who do you think is going to win? Go Florida. All right, y'all, that is it. This brings the Friday episode to an end. I'm very excited. I got a jam-packed weekend. Oh my gosh, I just realized I have a jam-packed weekend, but I got to work if there's a story that breaks. The stress. Anyways, I'm joking. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for kicking it with me all week. We had such a great week. Shout out to Linda. Shout out to all of you for showing Linda so much love. You guys are amazing. Linda, I hope your back is feeling better today. I hope you're able to put on a smile on your face and you feel loved. Like I always say, this is a community, our community. Like somebody said yesterday, man, this is our podcast. I think they were kicking somebody out that was saying something bad. Love you guys, man. Such a great week. Likes, shares, comments, and everything. Views up. Love y'all, man. I hope you guys have a great weekend. But before I let you go, you know what I got to tell you? I got to remind you guys of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. For all of you guys who are watching on YouTube and you're ever going on a flight, you're ever going somewhere where you don't have access to the app or internet access, we are available on all podcast platforms. So you can download us and take us wherever you go, anywhere you go. Just go to your desired site, type in Trent Out Loud, let the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And we upload daily, just like on YouTube. We got you. Now, vice versa, for those people who are used to listening to the Trent Out Loud podcast on podcast platforms, thank you for the downloads. Thank you for the love. However, our YouTube community would like to invite you to come kick it with us on YouTube because Linda's over here and so is Sally and so is BK Chef and it's a vibe. All right. So come on over to YouTube. It's really fun. It's very simple to get here. Just go to YouTube, open up your app or open up your TV or however you watch your YouTube. Type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. There's a couple of things you have to do, though, to get into the family. You got to hit that subscribe button. You always got to hit that like button. And you always have to comment. Leave a comment. Leave where you live, which is most importantly because we're a global community. So we like to know where everybody is at. Russia, Israel, Tel Aviv, Israel, South Africa, Texas. We're huge in Texas. St. Louis down in the Lou, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So Pittsburgh, PA, Alexander. We got more guys in here. So come on over to YouTube. Check us out. And the bonus is if you're really liking the show, please share it with your family and friends because that really helps in growing the channel. Lastly, for those of you who want to follow me on social platforms, it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I am most active on Instagram. And over the weekend, I also take your comments and post them on my Instagram stories. So you could check them out there as well. Guys, have a great weekend. Be safe. Have some fun. Find a girl, find a guy, find whoever you want. Have some fun. Like I always say, time to be serious and there's time to have fun. Like I said in social discussions, have some fun over the weekend. Check out the channel over the weekend. We'll definitely put some test videos up there. And for those of you who don't check us out over the weekend, we will see you Monday morning as per usual. Don't forget to look out for the new thumbnails. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great weekend. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud.